go. Yes, we got it. Just want to make sure that we have it on properly. Okay, here we go. So audio, by the way, is really important when it comes to like live videos or doing your videos itself, because it will really help to have that good define voice and sound. So please give us comments down in the comment section about your J1 processing and how that is entails to your American dream. So let's talk about J1 visa. So J1 visa is a teacher exchange cultural program, especially for teachers. J1 is a exchange visitor program. That's what we are. We are not even considered OFWs, or from the Philippines, we call it overseas Filipino worker. Thank you for those who are watching, and stay tuned for more ideas about immigration process. So the purpose of the teacher exchange cultural program is to really have this idea of what is America, and get those information and ideas and then bring it back to your home country, just like the Philippines. So there is certain sponsorships or organizations about that. So there's a visa sponsor, there's a host school, and there's you who is really there to teach and to impart your knowledge to the American students and become diversified with all those information. For those who are watching, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time watching the live video we have for today. And stay tuned for more ideas about immigration process. So specific criteria for this is like, for example, you can do become a teacher through a teacher exchange cultural program, which is an elementary teacher, middle school teacher, or high school teacher. I had a bachelor's degree in education from the Philippines, and I am able to teach here third, fourth, fifth grade in a charter school. Then I moved to a public school, which I was able to teach fourth, fifth, and kindergarten students. So there's a lot of learnings I have, and it's not easy to teach here in America, by the way. It's really challenging, especially that the once you see that on your paper, you have the DS 2019, which has a visa stamp as well on your passport that says you have the 2-year rule, 2-year home residency requirement, which entails your 2-year residency in your home country. So the benefits of this is the cross-cultural change or exchange and teaching in the US. And we know that teaching in the US is a very lucrative, let's just say, a noble profession as well. It's a nice job, and you will have a lot of money compared to your home country. Let's just say Philippines right now is like 30,000 pesos for a teacher one, and compared it here in the US, you will really gain times 3, times 5, 10 times the salary in a month. So you have to think about those benefits. However, you'll also have to think of your taxes, health insurance, car insurance, your other bills, rent, because you will really start from the very bottom when you are trying to navigate yourself here in the US. So the 212-year rule entails to have the 2-year home residency requirement. Whether we like it or not, in the revised 2024, the Philippines is still part of the teacher exchange visitor skills list. We are still part of that, and there's plenty of codes that is in there, which means you are really are part of the 2-year rule. You have to serve the 2-year rule in your home country. But good thing there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you can get a J1 waiver, which we will talk about that in the next live video that we have. But now we're going to focus on the importance of the J1 visa and how we understand about the 2-year rule. We all know that when we signed that job offer, we know that we are going to be having the J1 visa. And then J1 visa has the 2-year rule really. If you are like having this feeling you're in a cloud nine because you have passed your US embassy and got that plane ticket, go to a specific state that you will teach, then enjoy that moment, because after a year or two, you will be thinking, what if I don't have the 2 year rule? And if you're really liking to teach here in the US, of course, you will really want it to become a legal permanent resident here in the US, just like what I did. And I'm so happy that I have the route to do that one, since I'm blessed to have my American spouse, and we were able to get our J1 waiver through do it yourself process. If you wanted to know more about the ideas, we have our J1 waiver helping hands group where we are giving more information and ideas about different types of visas on how to transition from a J1 visa with 212E rule to other visas that could really help you stay permanently or legally here in the US while you're transitioning to being an LPR or a green card holder, which is a very good thing. So, the options for you to apply is option one, if you're done with your 5 years of teaching, which we have to render 3 years, and if you wanted to have an extension, there's 2 years, so a total of 5 years. Option one is for you to go home and fulfill the 2 years in your home country. What you can do is you can go back to being a teacher and give your ideas to the students by teaching them and letting them know about the cultural exchange that you have had and giving back to your home country as well. Or number two, apply for a waiver. There's certain waivers that you can apply, one of which is the no objection statement from your home country. But we all know if you are from the country, the Philippines, the no objection statement is like a blanket denial. Whether we like it or not, a lot of people that submitted the no objection statement have been denied, which means they are not granted for the no objection statement. It started in the year 2021, right after the pandemic. So a lot of the teachers that we know of, especially they got married to their loving US citizen spouse, they were able to file for the J1 waiver through exceptional hardship, which brings to the number two, exceptional hardship waiver through your US citizen spouse or through your US citizen child. Now, when your US citizen child has severe to mild medical condition, then you can also file the waiver as long as you have the evidentiary support that you could really show to the USCIS officer and the waiver review division officer that there's really a hardship to your US citizen spouse, because we know it's so hard to prove that, especially if both um, parents is from a home country just like the Philippines. They are no longer giving that priority. I don't know, but most of the immigration lawyers that I am learning and I'm looking at from the vantage point of our group, J1 Waiver Helping Hands group, is more on the J1 teachers who got married to their US citizen spouse who got their J1 waiver approved, not more on US citizen child. So it's really up to you if you are both Filipinos and you have your American US born child and you wanted to file for your waiver. Go for it if you want to do that route. There are plenty of ideas already online. Just make sure you are doing it the right way, looking at the processing time, and be strategic about it. So you can also file for fear of persecution, which we call it persecution waiver. You can file an interested government agency, IGA. Like, for example, if you are part of the BIE school or the Bureau of Indian Education, they can help you process for your interested government agency because they are able to transition those teachers that are within their jurisdiction to communicate with them and be able to have this IGA waiver. Then there's another thing too, which is the Conrad, but we don't really have to talk about that because those are like for medicine and for J1 teachers that are under the like being doctors. So those are the Conrad waiver. So, real talk, there are challenges to really get this 212E rule out from your um, visa stamp. And it's really hard, especially that you're thinking about renewal, how will my visa sponsor react, or I might be cut off. Those are the fears of the J1 teachers. Well, one thing that I can tell you is this. If you have that American dream, of course you already have your greatest why. You already have that one in your mind, especially if you're married to your spouse in your home country, just like the Philippines. Marrying an American here is not an option, not unless you really have fell out of love of your Filipino partner, and then you were thinking that it's not really possible anymore. So you can do that route, but again, divorce in the Philippines is not yet that um, able to pursue in the Senate. So it's hard to do that one. It's better if you are single from the Philippines coming here in the US and you found the love of your life, and you can start with the exceptional hardship waiver through your US citizen spouse. Start with all your evidences like bank account statements, and then you can also have your checklist. If you want to know more about the checklist, please visit powerfulcouplejourney.com in our website. That's the name of our YouTube channel. So please like, share, subscribe to this YouTube channel because every day I'm going to have live videos that could help you, inform you. Have questions here, that way I can also give you ideas on how to do it. Plan ahead. It's always important to plan ahead. Have your budgeting, have your joint bank account, especially if you got your American fiance already. Have your exceptional hardship. Think of the situation. There are two ways to think about this one. Number one, let's just say you got married already. What will be the scenario if you will be implemented with this 2-year rule? If your US citizen spouse will stay here in America, well, you have to fulfill the 2-year rule in your home country. What would be the scenario? Or if both of you, the J1 visa holder and the American citizen, has to go to your home country, just like the Philippines, to fulfill the 2-year rule, what will be the hardship? It's not just simple hardship, but the extreme hardship, exceptional. That is what you're going to prove to the USCIS and the Department of State. So prepare for the form I-612, which is worth $1,100 already. And they put it back in April 17, 2025 this year. And then prepare for the DS-335 with the Department of State, which is worth $120. Those two are very important, especially if you're starting from looking at ways and how to do the J1 waiver process. But again, there's a lot of ways for you to do that. Just make sure you are following the guidelines, looking at the processing time, and be able to know that you have a hardship claim. And please think of the totality of the circumstances. My situation might be unique to me, but it could also help you. Just take a look at our templates with powerfulcouplejourney.com because we are showing to you different kinds of ideas there. And it's also helping a lot of J1 teachers through J1 Waiver Helping Hands group through Facebook. Just agree to group rules and I, as your admin, will accept you immediately. This is going to be my live video today, and I'm going to be giving lots of information regarding the J1 visa, the 212E rule, and J1 waiver. So, a quick recap about this live video we have. The J1 visa is one of ways for you to come here in the US if you are a Filipino aspiring to come here to teach and be able to get that idea as well for a teacher exchange cultural program. You need to have a host school, which they'll give you a job offer. You need to have a visa sponsor, and you need to have yourself to prepare yourself for all of the processing. You can do it direct hiring or you can do it with an agency. It depends on you, it depends on how much you can spend on this journey, because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, energy, and think of your greatest why. That way, you're gonna know that J1 teachers are really having this wonderful time here in the US, but there's also struggles. So make sure you know that. And the 2 year rule, you really have to fulfill that, even though you got married to your US citizen spouse or you have a US citizen child. You still have to fulfill that. But if you can submit for a J1 waiver, like for example, with exceptional hardship to your US citizen spouse, no objection statement, fear of persecution, asylum, interested government agency or IGA, then you can do that one. It's really up to you. Think of other ways that you can. Make sure you follow along with our ideas here that we share. I am not an immigration lawyer. This is just based on my first hand knowledge and experience that I'm sharing to you from a previous Filipina teacher, as a J1 teacher, now a legal permanent resident here in the US, especially here in the state of Florida. For those who are watching, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the likes, the hearts, the share, and subscribing to our YouTube channel, because we are really dedicated, especially myself, because I've been learning a lot when it comes to J1 waiver process and sharing my ideas to you. Thank you for those who are trusting this channel, and for those who are giving me direct message through email or Facebook Messenger. I am so thankful, because you are there to really prove that J1 waiver topic in YouTube is a big thing, and a lot of people are getting ideas about this one. So be with us as we go along with this journey. And the next topic that we're going to take is who needs to get a J1 waiver and why they need to get a J1 waiver. Think of ideas, think of questions. We're going to see each other tomorrow, same time, around 6:30 in the evening here in Florida. We are going to talk about more about J1 visa, the 212E rule, J1 waiver process, and all those ideas that we can share of to our avid subscribers, supporters with powerfulcouplejourney.com, our website, with Powerful Couple Journey, with this YouTube channel, and the J1 Waiver Helping Hands group. We are 3,900 already in that group, mostly Filipinos helping each other and giving ideas, first-hand knowledge that we have. That way, you'll know who are these people that are also doing their waiver. You can tap them and ask them about their experiences. It's nice to see you here. Thank you so much for the likes, the share, and the subscribe um, that you are sharing here. I'm so thankful that God is able to bless me with people like you, with all those enthusiasm that you are really giving to this small channel that we have. And hopefully, you will be with us for the next few days, as we always have this live video dedicated to give you more information about J1 visa and J1 waiver process. God bless, and see you in my next video. Have a great day!